So like most cooks, I thought I knew how to roast the ultimate chicken until I made this video.
I've actually never even done this experiment before. I'm really surprised. So I'm going to be testing out 3 common methods of roasting chicken. 1, I'm going to do a wet brine, dry brine comparison. 2, I'm going to look at high heat roasting versus regular heat roasting. And 3, we're going to look at all the fats. Hello, mayonnaise. Now I've got 2 pieces of chicken here and I've gone with a cut of chicken that includes the breast. There's also the bone still attached underneath here and also wing, so that we're getting dark meat and breast meat in our test here. So I'm going to make the wet brine first, and for that I just need salt, 2 liters of water. So brining is a process of osmosis, which sounds like a very technical term. It is. It's where salt levels try to equalize. So the salt on the outside of the chicken is trying to equalize the salt on the inside of the chicken. Moisture's going in, salt's going in, and then your chicken is basically retaining more moisture. So that when you cook it, you will get moisture evaporating, but you started out with more moisture in the first place. So the idea is that your chicken will be juicier at the end of the cook. Now, once the salt has dissolved in your brine and you've chilled it down, that's important because we're not boiling chicken here, we're roasting it. So this has been chilled down and my chicken goes in. Dry brine is simply salt all over your chicken. So I have my 2 brined pieces of chicken here. They have been brining overnight. So let's go ahead and roast them. Yeah, like even this with all like the runny water juices, like, don't love it. I don't love it. For this test, I'm going to be roasting at the fairly common roasting temperature of 180 Celsius until the chicken reaches 75 degrees Celsius internal temperature. Okay, so this is really interesting. You know why? Because the internal temperature of this chicken is right on point. So at this point, the internal chicken should be juicy and cooked through. But look at that skin. That is not like ideal. So what I'm immediately thinking is if you've been roasting at that regular temperature that's often recommended, you're going to be overcooking your chicken in order to get the crispy skin. Because you'd be looking at the chicken in the oven, you'd be like, that's not done. The chicken skin is not crispy, but the inside will be overcooking. Who knew? You've been roasting chicken the wrong way your entire life. I've actually never even done this experiment before. I'm really surprised. Now there is one obvious difference here between the wet brine and the dry brine, because the dry brine is more golden and brown than the wet brine, which I think is logical given that moisture is like the enemy of getting things crispy and brown. Let's check out the wet brine first. It looks juicy. That is some juicy chicken. I mean, that's impressively juicy, I think. Let's have a look over here. That looks great. Can you see the juice?
See that juice?
Look at the juice. Wet brine is juicy and has a lovely amount of salty seasoning. I think you would have trouble telling those apart. So I like the idea that this dry brine is juicy, salty, plus also less fuss than the wet brine. The skin is promisingly looking a lot more golden and crispy than the wet brine. Dry brine is my guy. High heat versus regular heat. Now, I'm really interested in this test, particularly after that first test where the chicken breast itself was cooked through, but the skin not brown or crispy. So what I'm hoping for here is that a higher heat will give me the crispy skin at the point where the chicken is cooked through the middle. But we'll see. One is going to go in at 240 Celsius and one is going to go in at 180 Celsius. So check this out, will you? This is my high heat roasting. Look at that color. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's everything I want in chicken skin. It's golden and crispy and lovely. This one, not so much. Not the favorite child. This is the regular roasting temperature that most recipes or videos will tell you to roast your chicken at. Look at that. It's just not good, is it? So what the high heat roasting has achieved is golden crispy skin, plus it's perfectly cooked to that 75 degree temperature. This one has not achieved much on the skin at all. It's an underachiever, but also cooked through the middle. So if we kept cooking that at the 180 Celsius to get to this color, the chicken would be overcooked. Let's get in here and slice these guys up. So juice factor, I'd say we're pretty much on par, which I'd expect because they're both cooked to the same internal temperature. But here we have crispy golden skin and here we have not so crispy, pretty yuck kind of skin. Now this cooked in 22 minutes, this one cooked in 27. I mean, this is the clear winner, so that's it. All right, what have we learned? 1, high heat roasting, amazing for crispy skin. 2, dry brine, we like that the best. Great juicy chicken, plus not so much faffing around with like a big bucket of wet chicken. 3, we want to test out fats. Let's go, let's do it. So I think most people would think that an olive oil or a butter might be good fats to use. And then I also want to throw in a bit of a curveball here because there's also a theory that roasting with mayonnaise as the fat does a good job. I have no idea because I've never roasted chicken with mayonnaise, but we're going to do it today and we're going to compare all 3 to see what is the fat that gives us the most crispy golden brown skin. So 1 piece gets mayonnaise, 1 piece gets olive oil, and 1 piece gets butter. I'm going to roast all 3 using the high heat method of 240 degrees Celsius until the internal temperature of the chicken reaches 75 degrees. Now, this is super interesting. Butter is looking beautifully golden, nice dark skin, very crispy. Olive oil, surprisingly, I think in terms of aesthetics, has not performed as well as butter because it's a little paler. Still good, like the skin is really nice and crispy, so still totally passable. These 2 look good, but have a look at this. Look at mayonnaise. Oh my goodness, it's a revelation. It's shiny, but the skin looks crispy. And it's sort of like emanating like golden heavenly rays. That sound, that is amazing. Okay, let's see what these guys taste like. I mean, butter is delicious. I really think with the butter, it's like the milk solids that have caramelized that give you both the color and the flavor there. It's good, it's nice. Olive oil. I actually think the olive oil is slightly crunchier than the butter version. Really nice still, lovely clean roast chicken flavor. I'm into it, but here's the real outlier. Let's get in here and try the mayonnaise. I can't taste any mayonnaise. That just tastes like really awesome roast chicken. Like it's literally just amazing. The skin is beautiful, it's crispy, it's crunchy. There's no weird flavor. You would have no idea that there was even mayonnaise on there. This is literally life-changing, this chicken. Okay, mayonnaise, who would have thought? It's amazing. It's really cool, look. Ah, I really love that. Now we have to make the full roast chicken. I wanna make sure that all of these techniques combined, dry brine, high heat, and the mayonnaise work on a whole chicken, and let's see what it looks like at the very end. So here we are, the best roast chicken. Look at that beautiful, crispy, brown, golden color. It's lovely and even actually. I think that mayonnaise really helps you out with that. It's just delightful. It's a work of art. Now, if you've been waiting this whole episode to figure out how you know if a chicken is cooked, come down here and have a look. So into the thigh here, I'm just going to insert my knife, and then these juices coming out, if they're clear, then you are good to go. Now, at the beginning of the day, I thought for sure I knew what was going to be the best roast chicken. I was thinking butter, but one little pantry staple here, mayonnaise, is doing the best job. Yes. I mean, I've been roasting chicken for so long now, my whole life, and I have never tried mayonnaise before. And now I'm going to be a mayonnaise girl. I'm a mayonnaise girl. There we go.